This is Rand Inc. TV, Rand Inc. Studios, whichever you want to call it. But basically, I just wanted to talk to everybody about Silent Sillo. You know, lately, the past couple months, you've been seeing a lot more content from Silent Sillo, a lot more pictures, merchandise, you know, the t-shirts, there's posters, you know, just all together. But, you know, to many people, this is new. The name Silent Sillo, the artwork, might not be familiar with it, but in 2013, just to get everybody on the same page, just to let you know where this is coming from, I published a graphic novel with Amazon Kindle, which I later put out the paperbacks as well. So it's called Silent Sillo. Now that's the name of the character, and it's also the name of the graphic novel. So the first book is type short. It's like 36 pages. It's smooth. It's to the point. Got a good flow to it. You know, and it's a graphic novel which is fiction. It's based on superheroes. It's based on, you know, the 90s comic style. So if anything, what I might compare it to is just me coming up to X-Men, Spawn, Wildcats, you know, all those like Marvel Image characters. I even got some inspiration from like manga, graphic novels. Like I'm a big fan of the Vampire Hunter D movement. I like how that came together. You know what I mean? So just to give everybody an understanding of how this works, of what Silent Sillo is. Now, it's based on a character named Steve Wells. Young guy. At the time, when I'm introducing him to everybody in the story, he's like in his early 20s. You know what I mean? He's getting out of prison for a tragedy, which is kind of like, I don't want to say it's a spoiler, but it tells you a lot. You know what I mean? So I'm introducing the story in 2000 when it opens up in 2013. He's getting out of prison. Now it is for murder, and he was charged as he was actually charged as a teenager, and he served about 5 years, and he's getting out when I published this graphic novel. So that's when it started. Steve Wells, he enters the world. It's actually called Silent Sillo in the world. You know what I mean? So just to give you a background on him, this character by day he looks like a normal human being. I mean, yeah, he might be a little more developed. He's crazy developed because, you know, again, I'm basing it. I'm influenced by the old school, the over exaggerated muscles and physics and the movements and stuff like that, superpowers. So yeah, he might be, you know, a little more developed than the average person, but he looks like a human being. So that's what he looks like in the daytime. What his gift is, or his special power, when it becomes nighttime, or if it's a very dark area, he'll turn into this phantasm. He'll turn into this figure, which is called Silent Sillo. You know, Sillo short for silhouette, because he has shadow powers. So his main source is darkness. His main power source is darkness, so he can use it for travel. You know, whether he's hovering, flying, teleporting. He can use it for battle, turning his hands into different types of blade-shaped type weapons. Also, he has a type of aura, which is a shield that can engulf him with the shadow, and healing. Like, let's say in his day form, Steve Wells, if he's damaged real bad, if he gets hurt real bad, if he gets injured, near-death situation, as long as he can get to a dark area, or as long as night falls, you know, he can heal. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's vulnerable. He can get hurt real bad in his day form. But in his night form, in the Silent Sillo form, he's a lot more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? He's a lot more equipped. So, and being that he's constantly receiving from the dark matter, he's pretty much regenerating. So yeah, he can still get hurt. That doesn't make him untouchable. It doesn't make him like he can't get hurt. He can still get hurt. And there's actually, you know, as the story goes on, there's actually certain things that become his, that you'll start to notice are his direct weaknesses. You know what I mean? So that just gives you a little background on how this character works. So I published the novel in 2013, and again, it's the artwork was drawn and painted by Carl Kelly. Shouts to Carl Kelly. He drew everything, he painted everything based on the description that I gave him, you know, just building for a while. And I can't draw. I sketched some horrible sketches and just explained it to him. But he caught it. He understood where I was coming from. So with that being said, he put together a nice body of work. You know, the cover is all color. All color is all watercolor painted. And then the inside is black and white, but like gray tones, you know what I mean? So it's not, you know, it's a graphic novel, so not every picture, not every page has a picture for it. You know, it's mostly script, it's mostly written, and then there's a few pages throughout the book that got some real cool illustrations in it. So I wanted to continue the series like right away, you know. He actually published a graphic novel after that. He had to do some traveling, different countries he had to go to. He's a businessman, so he was taking care of business, a few different countries. So it was kind of hard to find another artist, and especially the criteria, especially the style that I was looking for. You know what I mean? Especially like that pen. It's a certain pen. Like, remember, I have that influence from the Uncanny X-Men. You know, from the Breakthrough Image. You know what I mean? Like, that's really my influence, or the art style. Even some anime is in there. You know what I mean? So it wasn't easy for me to just pick the general art style that you see an artist with. And of course, that's gonna come with a higher price. You know what I mean? I know I gotta pay for it. I know I gotta pay the artist. So to find that type of artist, you're talking about much more money. And even if you do have the bread, many times they don't know who you are, so they're not always willing to take on the project. You know what I mean? They got to do this for DC, they got to do that for Marvel. They got to do this for Dark Horse. You feel me? So it's not like they just gonna be like, oh yeah, little independent guy, come on. You know what I mean? It's not always like that. But the creator is amazing, and I was able to. It took a lot of years, but I met different artists over those years, and I was able to see them do their version of Silent Sillo. So I was able to put some things together of a direction that I wanted to go with following up with the graphic novel, because part 2 has been written for the longest. It's been edited. You know what I mean? It was already written, already edited, and I was just trying to find that right artist. Now, there's some artists that I really liked, and they really liked the project. They really liked the idea. They understood Steve Wells. They understood Silent Sillo, and they wanted to work on it. So we got a little production done, but something came up. Something would always happen. Some type of life event, some type of unforeseen life event would happen, and we couldn't continue with their project. So recently, if anybody's been following along, Branding Studios has expanded with 3D modeling. So as far as making characters, buildings, towns, vehicles, yards, whatever, you know what I mean? And animated it, making an animation out of it. We have that capability now. So in that sense, I don't have to have an illustrator to draw a picture for me. You know what I mean? And again, remember I said I can't draw. But I am a creator. I do get the vision from the ultimate creator, the Most High. You know what I mean? And I just run, and I run with that vision. So being that we now have these capabilities with the 3D modeling, I can do the illustrations with the 3D modeling program. You know what I mean? So that just leads me to this, because it's written by me, it's created by me, but at the same time I'm connecting with the fans, I'm connecting with the crowd. So this is where I'm gonna need y'all help. I'm gonna need y'all help a lot. You know what I mean? I'm a one-man gang. You know what I mean? It seems like I got a lot of arms, I got a lot of hats. If you know about One Shots Platoon, my music career and all of that, the write-ups, the clothing. You know, it's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. But yeah, we are moving in this animated direction though. So we do want to put more time in with Silent Sillo. And if you know anything about animation, anything about rendering, it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort. There's plugins, you know, there's things that you got to pay for. So I'm reaching out to you, the fan, the viewer, the consumer, the crowd. This we do have a donation link with our PayPal account, which is basically crowdfunding anybody that wants to see this progress, because it's not, again, as you see, it's not just the graphic novel, it's not just animations for us. We're working with other people, so we want to be able to put that time in. We want to be able to have all the plugins. We want to be able to have all the any upgrades that we need to provide the best services for somebody that wants to work with us, and also to push Silent Sillo or any other branding product with the best foot forward, so that y'all can appreciate it when y'all receive it. You know what I mean? We want to give you the story, we want to give you the action, we want to give you the suspense, and we want to make sure that it looks right. We want to make sure it sounds right, and we want to hire people. You know what I mean? I don't want to just be the only one. You feel me? I don't just want to be me and a friend. You know what I mean? I want to hire you. I want to hire somebody else as well. So the more funds from the crowd, the more we're able to do stuff like that. You know, obviously I can pay that artist, and you know, if I have somebody else who's working along, who's skilled or just as skilled or even more skilled, then obviously that work can get done on not only on a you know, quicker, but with quality though. You know what I'm saying? We want to make sure we do it with quality, make sure that it gets done right. So yes, thank you to everybody that's been following along, not just the Silent Sillo stuff, but all of the ranting content that's been going out. But I will be posting a link to the donation, to the crowdfunding donation. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not crowdfunding. It is a crowdfund. It's our own personal crowdfund. You know what I mean? It's to people that want to see Silent Sillo progress, because we want to be able to make this a full animation, whether that's an animated movie or an animation series. There's more to come with it. We want, you know, we're working on action figures, we're working on toys, but we want to make sure that they're articulated. You know what I mean? Because it's cool to have an action figure, but we want to make sure that you can move the shoulders. You want to do some punches. You want to throw some hooks, uppercuts. You want to body slam somebody. You want to kick somebody. You want to kick them like 300 into that big pit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be able to position the toy how you want to. So again, like, we could have had a stationary action figure a long time ago. We want to make sure that we got the fully articulated ones. You know what I mean? So yes, do click the donation link. You know, donate what you can. And if you can't donate anything, if you just like the idea, if you like the artwork, if you respect what we're doing, if you respect Rand Nink, share it with somebody. You know what I mean? I always ask this. You know, just share it with somebody. It costs nothing. You know what I mean? Talk to somebody about it. Like, hey, there's this, you know, let somebody know. Like, yo, there's this cool character that an independent artist is working on. Here's a crowdfund link for it. You know what I mean? Put it up in your what do they call it now? And on your post, put it up on your feed. You know what I mean? In your bio, put a link in your bio if you want to see it happen. But if you are able though, and you can donate, again, whatever it is, there's no minimum, there's no limit. Donate what you can. You know, it's all appreciated. We will get the email, so we'll be able to stay in contact with you. You know what I mean? We'll definitely add you to the contact list. Things that come up in the future, we want to be able to have to show appreciation, whether it's some type of incentive, whether it's some early release. You know what I mean? Or we can somehow look out for you somehow one day. We want to make sure that can happen. You know what I mean? But again, thank you to everybody that's been following on with this journey. We want to see Silent Sillo go beyond. There's no limits that we putting on this. So the more, you know, obviously I'm investing into this. Now, if we have a crowd that's investing into it, the further we can go with this. The more content we can provide for you, and the more quality of the content we can provide for you, as well as clients, as well as other people that want to get their projects done. We want to give them. We want to make sure that they can step forward with their best. We want to make sure they can step with their best foot forward as well. So thanks for stopping in. Thanks for staying up with me. Anybody that's been following, anybody that's been sharing, anybody that's been donating, we thank you. You know what I mean? And it's just more stuff to come. Just stick around. It's nighttime.